Hey, hang on a second. Take a breath. Let your shoulders drop for real. I wanna ask you something. And don't just let it pass by like another notification. Are you actually living? Or just showing up to the same day on repeat? Maybe there's a little voice inside you that's been whispering, there's gotta be more than this, but the days keep marching. You scroll a little, you swipe a little, you wait for things to magically change. What if just for today, we flip the script? I once knew someone who carried regret around like a quiet weight pressing on their ribs. They wanted things, big things. They dreamed about traveling somewhere new, building something that mattered, speaking English with confidence, growing a spine made of courage instead of doubt. But most days, nothing happened, just silence and waiting, like life was on layaway. Then one morning, they caught a glimpse of themselves in the mirror and thought, what if my life is slipping away while I'm half asleep? And just like that, something cracked open. They didn't make some dramatic announcement. They just quietly decided. No more waiting around. They started treating every minute like it was worth something. Swapped scrolling for reading. Swapped excuses for tiny actions. Swapped fear for curiosity. It wasn't perfect or pretty, but it was real, and along the way, a few truths showed up, sometimes loud, sometimes in whispers. First, time is the only currency you can't earn back. Once an hour's gone, it's as gone as socks in a dryer. Every "I'll do it tomorrow" is a loan you're forcing your future self to pay back with interest. If you pause for a second and think about yesterday, what did you really do with it? And today, what's worth doing before it disappears too? Then there's the blame game. It's easy to say you don't have the resources, or your family doesn't believe in you, or you just weren't born under the right star. Those things might be true, but they don't get to be the whole story unless you let them. Pick one tiny thing you've been blaming on the world and ask, what can I actually do about it today? You don't need a full rescue plan. You just need to decide you're not leaving the steering wheel to chance. And growth, it doesn't happen on the couch under a blanket of Netflix suggestions. It happens when your voice shakes a little. You want to speak better English? Talk even if you sound like you've got 3 marbles in your mouth. You want to build something? Build it badly at first. You want to be bold? Do the thing even while your heart is thumping like a marching band. Think about a seed. It doesn't just chill underground waiting for applause. It cracks open, shoves through dirt, reaches for light. That mess is the becoming. Then there's the myth of later. I'll start next week sounds nice, but it often translates to never. You don't need a perfect calendar or a spiritual awakening. You need 10 minutes. Just start something for 10 minutes and let that be enough to break the ice. Eventually, you realize the real showdown isn't you versus the world, it's you versus you. One side wants comfort and snacks, the other side wants purpose. Whichever one you feed is gonna run the show. So feed the one that stretches you, starve the one that scrolls all night. And when you win a tiny battle, celebrate it. That's how you build a backbone. And don't forget this, your pain isn't trash, it's material. Everybody's carrying some kind of bruise, rejection, failure, heartbreak. That one moment you still replay in your head. You can let it keep you quiet, or you can let it forge you a little sharper. Those scars can teach you compassion, grit, even authenticity. If you stop hiding them like contraband. Now, if you get lost in comparison, that's a trap with a welcome mat. Social media? That's just everyone's highlight reel. Nobody's posting the nights they cried into a towel or the mornings they nearly gave up. Comparing yourself to that is like judging your kitchen sink against someone else's magazine cover. Learn from people, sure, but measure yourself against who you were yesterday, not who someone else is pretending to be today. And here's a truth that hits hard the first time you hear it. Nobody's coming to pick you. That's not sad, it's freeing. You're the one who has to raise your own hand, approve yourself, start even when the room is empty. Momentum doesn't show up, it's built. Once it's rolling, that's when the world starts to notice. Funny thing, research backs this up. Turns out that when you do something because you actually care about it, Not because you're chasing applause or gold stars. You can go a lot farther without burning out when you wake up and take action out of genuine love for what matters to you. It fuels you like nothing else, so let me put this on your plate gently. What's one small, slightly uncomfortable thing you could do right now? Maybe open a notebook, maybe record yourself speaking English, even if you cringe at the sound. Maybe send that message you've been drafting in your head. Maybe just read a single page of something that stretches your mind. Doesn't have to be fancy, just has to start. Promise me something. Don't burn through this life in the waiting room. Time doesn't care if you're nervous or unprepared. It keeps walking. You've got a storm brewing in there somewhere. Let it rise a little. Start today. Don't aim for flawless, just aim for begun. And one day, when somebody asks, how'd you do it? You won't need a big speech. You'll just shrug and say, I chose myself. I finally just began. If any of this hit home, save it somewhere. Bring it back on the days you feel stuck. And hey, before you wander off, what's the one tiny thing you're gonna do first? I'd love to know. Till next time, stay brave and keep growing.